Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in, well, not particularly sunny Scotland, but I'm back with the XP Days 2, and we're going again with Programme 3, Sensitive Full Tones. All I've done is ground balance and change the audio over to square tones. People asking what kind of program I use. I haven't really experimented that much. I did have a program, however, these are causing issues. Every time I'm under power lines, no matter how much I ground balance and try and cut out the electrical background noise, doesn't seem to work very well. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I need to do a few how-to videos on YouTube. But anyway, I digress. I'm back on the Gold Noble field where I got those 2 bits of silver, including what I think is an Edward IV hammered silver penny a few days ago. Haven't been able to get out because it's been raining so much, and the rain's forecast in a couple of hours, so I'm just going to squeeze in as much as I can. So let's see how we get on. Again, just 2 minutes in, and we've got our first diggable signal. 83, 85. It's kind of within the output for a coin, but I don't think it is. It's a little bit quiet. In fact, let's do a little live dig. And speaking of coins, I still haven't found that silver dollar, but I haven't given up hope. Maybe I'll get it tomorrow or even Monday if I'm able to get out. Right, and also I've got my tripod. It just arrived yesterday. But because I've only got a few hours before the rain comes, I thought I would just hold off and use it another day. Anyway, it thinks we're out the hole. Or I've missed it. Nope, we're out the hole, but I've just knocked it back in the hole. Let's have a wee. So, that's it there, I think. That is. And it looks like a piece of lead to get it started. Let's give it a wee rub-a-dub with the brush. Is that decorated? Is that my imagination, or does that look a bit like a flower? Or something like that. Oh. Yep, that's something. Look, it's got like 4 little sort of rounded curves, and that is definitely something, isn't it? Some sort of decorative lead mount, maybe? It looks like it's had a little lug coming off the side there that's broken off, but I don't know, could that be medieval? Could be, I suppose. But still, it just shows you a field that's been done to death, and the signals just keep on coming. Thank goodness for ploughing. So let me know in the comments below how old you think that might be. And if you know what it is, then let me know. Good start. Signal number 2. $87, $88 could be a coin. Sounds just a little bit chirpy. Yeah, definitely not a coin. It's just a little bit scratchy. So, what is it? Bit of lead, maybe? Oh, what's that? That is it. But what is it? No, it's a bit of a hand grenade. It is. I don't think I've had a bit of hand grenade off this field before. They tend to be over towards the old military training range. But yep, that is the bottom of a type of hand grenade called a Mills hand grenade. And interestingly, I was chatting to a guy just a few days ago whose father is, I think he was 91, and he remembers as a 13-year-old boy or so coming down to the old target range, which is a field that we detect around, and we found lots of hand grenades and bits of mortars, and obviously we found a few coins and cap badges that all relate to the Second World War period and even the First World War period. And his father told me that him and his older brother, towards the end of the Second World War, they actually used to come down to the firing range and they were allowed to use the mortar, unsupervised. 13, 14, 15-year-old children, they were allowed to use a mortar. Changed days. But that's probably from the Second World War era even, and it's the bottom of a Mills hand grenade. Signal number 3. .74, 75. Yeah, not the best, if I'm honest. Don't think it's a gold noble anyway. Could be a button, could be a little bit of copper. It's out the hole in the first effort. That's it there. Is it a weight? Nope, it's not. It's a... what is it? I think it's fairly modern. I think... try and get some of that mud out. Yeah, it looks like my favourite agricultural. Might be a bit of writing on the back there. I just can't make it out. But yeah, I think it's some sort of agricultural, tractor related thingamajig. Oh well. That was the tractor related whatever, and just right here, much nicer sounding 73. So, gold noble. Certainly sounds like a more consistent signal, but I suspect it's going to be another bit of copper or maybe a bit of lead. What's that? Nope, it's not it. This isn't easy, even hands-free. Right, I think I've got it. Oh, there we go. What's that? That is it. But what is it? Is it a buckle? It is. It's a little buckley thingy, I think. Maybe even a bit of webbing, a bit of military. You know, those sort of little buckles that they had on those little packs that they wear for holding their ammunition and maps and so on. What do you reckon? I don't think it's particularly old. Probably going to be Second World War era, but if it turns out to be some ancient medieval buckle, then let me know in the comments below. But I suspect 1930s, 1940s. I seem to be on a little bit of a run here. So we've got the tractor bit, the buckle thing, and here we have got a beautiful signal. 89, 90, 91. Tell you what, could be silver, could be a big Georgian penny as well, but unfortunately could also be junk, but we'll give it a bash. It wasn't very deep, but we're out the hole. What's that there? Ah, that's it there. That's a massive big bit of lead. Oh no, it's not. It's aluminium. It's aluminum. Oh, well, that's a nightmare, isn't it? There's certainly no shortage of signals in this field, and I've had a couple of cans and a ring pull as well, which I will spare you from viewing. But this one here in 88, just about to start filming, and can you see the find? Don't actually need to dig this one. Right there. That is a buckle, and it looks like it's still got its pin. And it does. Still has its pin. A little D buckle. Oh, it's actually moving. Oh, it does move, yep. Sometimes these are corroded on, sometimes the pins just are completely lost. That is probably going to be off a piece of riding tack off of a horse, I would think, or off of a horse that was pulling the plough and doing all the hard work in the field. I wouldn't think it's particularly old, probably 100 years, maybe 150 at the most. But still, it's a good little find. Always nice when you get them with the pins as well. But again, if you think it's an ancient medieval artefact, then let me know in the comments below. This one is another screamer. '71. Again, do a wee live dig. Again, I don't think it's a coin, I think it's going to be a bit of lead or a bit of copper. Oops. Metal detector's falling over. Hang on a sec. There we go. Okay, we're out in the first hole, so not massively deep. Come on, give us an ancient relic. Oh, duh. Duh. An old style ring pull. Oh, how many of you are old enough to remember them? Because they changed them, what, the late 80s, early 90s? Oh well, damn. Right next to the ring pull, which was there, we've got a screamer. Solid 99. Do another live dig on this one. I think this could be a coin just under the surface. And it is out the hole. Right, it's dropped a little bit. It's dropped down to the low to mid 90s now, which is more like a Georgian coin to me. I don't think it's silver, but it could be. What was that? That was a stone. No, it wasn't. It's a coin. I thought I saw something there. There we go. We have a coin. And I'm pretty certain that that is Georgian. Let's see. I think there's a bit of detail on that. Right, we'll get the brush out. Oh yeah, I think you can see Britannia there, look. Yep, this might clear up quite well. We've had a few nice Georgian coins off this field. You can see the soil is very, very sandy, so they seem to survive a little better. Right, I'll give this a rub up off camera and get back to you. And that is a beauty. That's about as good a Georgian coin as you're liable to find in Scotland. Like you can see as it's drying out, the detail is just coming through over and over again. Look at that, the date is literally emerging before our eyes. 1790 something, 97, 99. And on the other side, still a wee bit wet. But you can see George, there he is. Georgius 111 de Gratia Rex. Right, we get the bendy thumb to work on this. Still can't quite make that date out. I think it's a 9, 1799 I think. So there we go. George III. So he was on the throne for 60 years, 1760 to 1820. The madness of King George. Lost the Americas and lost his mind. Great, beautiful coin. Love it. Not sure if it will be obvious in the camera or not, but I'm heading over to a slightly different part of this field, not far away from where the gold noble was found, purely because there's a big dark stain. I don't know if you can see that running sort of across here. But there's a big dark stain on the soil, and also seems to be a lot more stone on the surface versus likes of around this area. So always something to look out for when you're detecting. Could be a wee sign that there was a building there or some sort of structure at some point, so that's the way that I'm headed. The Georgian was right there, and just down here we've got a 66. I think it's going to be a button. I think. Just has that kind of tone to it. That is. There we go. It's a wee 4-holer. I do believe. Yep. It is. Yep. 100%. It's a little button. So probably going to be 100, 150 years old. At best. First of the day. That's me in that dark patch that I mentioned, and look at the difference in the soil. Look how stony it is. I think it's actually geological. I think this is probably the river is only about 50, 100 metres away from us. I suspect at some point this has actually been the river, and that's the reason for all these stones. But still, we'll give it a bash. This one had just no right whatsoever to be a coin. It came through at a low 80, but it sounded pretty awful. But I just decided, as I often do, just take a spadeful out, see what happens. Took it out, it sounded a little bit better. It came out on the second spadeful, and it is a 1937 threepence. I seem to just be getting threepences all the time at the moment. It's George VI, not in the best of condition, as you can see, but his head's there looking to the left-hand side. And this is the late Queen's late father. He ruled until 1952. Famous for the King's Speech, the stuttering king. Still, it's a coin. Unfortunately, the rain is on a little bit early. Shouldn't be here for another hour, give or take. However, I have got what has to be a coin. '85, '86. Hold that. I think it's too big to be a coin. I think it's going to be a tin can or such like. Let's do a wee live dig so you can join me in my misery. Right, we're out. Definitely seemed like too big a signal. Oh, that's why. Look, it's a great big bit of copper. Look at that. Great big piece of copper. Copper wire. Get that weighed in. As scrap, I'll be a very rich man. I've moved away from that dark patch. You can see the soil has changed again. It's back to being less stony, which makes me think that the medieval building that probably was here and that's responsible for the gold noble and the 8 or 10 hammered coins, or however many it is that we've found, being lost, it must have been on a little terrace, a little promontory that overlooked basically the river. Got another surface find. It's high 70s, low 80s, and it is right there. What is that? I was hoping for a minute it was like a broken bit of a medieval seal matrix, but I think it's a little copper furniture decoration or such like. Damn. Oh well. Within the realms of hammered coins, 59, 58. Seems a relatively small target. Only one way to find out. The gold noble is out the hole. Well, time will tell. Is that a bit of lead? That is a bit of lead. That is a bit of lead. Doesn't look to be decorated or anything amazing, it's just a bit of lead. This is another nice sounding signal. '73, '74. Bit high for a silver hammered, but within the realms of a gold hammered. It's out. This is why we do metal detecting. It sounds like a bit of a strange hobby to a lot of people, but it's exciting. It really is. Ah, what's that? Well, it's not a gold noble, is it? It could be interesting though. It could be interesting. Is it like a bronze or a copper? Feels like bronze, it's quite heavy. It's quite heavy. It's quite heavy and it also looks quite old. And that is strange, isn't it? It's got a kind of, it's almost got like a recess on the back. Couple of, I don't know, is it rivets or studs or decoration? Right, I'm going to give this a wee wash off camera and get back to you. Well, it's a mystery object. I can't even tell what it's made of. I thought maybe bronze, but it's got more of a colour of lead, but it's not lead. It's not bendable. And I don't know what this is here. A little recess. Oops. Dropped it. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of looks like it's got a bit of age to it, doesn't it? So what do you all reckon? Let me know in the comments below. Is it an ancient medieval relic? Let me know. The mystery object was right here, and right here we have a very nice 82, 83. It doesn't sound deep, and it's not. So, here we go. What have we got this time? Oh, nope. Oh, I thought we had the old classic milk bottle top, which is going to turn out to be a gold noble, but unfortunately it's gold foil. Damn. The rain is on again and it's pretty heavy, so I think this is going to be my last signal. Very scratchy, quite deep, 77, 78. Not convinced it's going to... Oh, not convinced it's going to be anything good. Maybe a button. And I think it might be a button, and it is. It's a little button. Button number 2, I think that is, of the day. But at least it's got its little loop still attached. It was quite a scratchy, faint signal, but came through at a 78. So, probably going to be 100, 200, in fact probably 200 to 300 years old, I would think. I don't think it will quite go back to the 1460s, but still, it's a find. Okay, so that is me. Got about 2.5 hours, roughly, and, you know, considering this is a field that after that gold noble was found, or gold royale was found back in September last year, we did this field to death, and it was devoid of signals. It's had an 18-inch plough, or to a depth of 18 inches about 3 weeks ago, and look at that. So that's the number of signals, or keepables. Well, I know the ring pool obviously isn't a keepable, but still, you know, it just shows you that a field is never done. one plough can completely change what you find. So 2 mystery objects. I'd be interested to hear what you all think. This item here, made of lead, it's almost got like a goldeny yellow colour to it. I don't know if that's just oxidisation or if it's paint, but it looks a bit like a little sort of flower. It's been attached to something, it's broken off here. But could it be medieval? And what is it? And then this thing here I think is quite interesting. Still unsure what it's made of. But what is it? And how old is it? Could it also be medieval? Let me know in the comments below. Well, I hope you enjoyed. And as ever, if you haven't already, then hit the subscribe button. Again, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the continued support. Views are now up 65% in the last 30 days, which is incredible. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, 1st of January, 9,000. That's my target. 9,000 subscribers for the 1st of January 2023. So hopefully, we'll see you all on the next dig. Thanks for watching.